I was coming into Chicago to curate a show I want to put together next September 2012 featuring artists, and they're going to be interpreting blue plates, which are porcelain plates. Sam Rosby and I, like in 1998, I curated a show of 13 artists, and the show was really successful in '98, and now I'm doing this like 13 years later, where I want to bring in other artists to be doing it too. So, you know, since we're going to have about approximately like twice as many artists interpreting plates, and for a, you know, on a showcase September 2012.
Welcome to Chicago Arts. I'm Martin John, and in this episode I'm speaking with artist Tom Billings, who's been back in Chicago running around curating shows in preparation for a revisit to his Blue Plate special show from back in 1997.
This space right now is a show called Waxing and Waning, and it was just a play on words of artists. I don't see any of them as far as waning or waxing. It was just a fun tongue-in-cheek, you know, title to it, and it features a variety of, like I said, like about 27 artists, and 26, 27, and Glenn Wexler, Eric Wolkowitz, and myself, you know, put the whole show together like literally in about a month. My relationship to Chicago is I grew up here. I sort of started my art career in Chicago, and I've been living out of Chicago since '94, '95, around then. I noticed all these artists in Chicago. There's such a big art community, but all these artists really, they're involved in different things in the Chicago art scene, and they don't really intermingle, or, you know, and so it's sort of like bringing them together. And then it's the way Chicago is now, because I've been, you know, but I've only was like coming in maybe once a year or once every other year or whatever into Chicago. I still had the contact with most of these artists, and then I spent like a month introducing myself to newer artists who I've known but didn't know their work and everything else, and it feels like sometimes it's totally different, and then it feels like sometimes it's like I never left Chicago. So nice. Plates and ceramics are sort of considered in an art form as you know, a craft, or because of the functionality of it. But it ties into a craft, and having like fine artists interpret that, you know, and do a plate that's like monochromatic, you know, and it's similar to the style of Ming and, you know, Chinese Ming plates, blue on white, and Delft plates, you know. No, I'm just honored to be amongst all these great artists who are shown in the show, and that are participating in this project, and I'm very fortunate to have that kind of support group behind that's doing that. And part of it was I wanted to reestablish myself back into Chicago again. You know, I mean, it's a great art town and everything, and I felt like I wanted to make a reemergence, you know, and you know, overstay my welcome here in Chicago once again, and once again.
All pertinent links can be found in the info section of this video. Thank you for watching Chicago Arts. Become a part of the ongoing conversation in the arts by leaving comments about the topics we cover, and stay informed by subscribing to our channel. Thank you again from Chicago Arts.